First of all, fuck Tinder.
But I just got Bumble.
See, all that shit
I
for
ain't got
me
no
is too
bitches.
complicated. It's either Instagram or it's in person.
In person, even Instagram for me, I'm a weirdo.
In person's where it's at.
I'm way too.
Only
sarcastic.
real niggas have confidence in person. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put that on my life.
Of course.
If you ain't a real nigga, you a real nigga only if you could talk to a woman in person.
Especially the
and
first time.
most people can't.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have trouble
Bro,
approaching.
even women can't even talk to men in person, but they know they're bad, so they'll just act tall, tough.
Bro,
and
even
shit.
last night I seen like this girl like walk away, and you can see this guy. He's like he reached out, like he was like, "Oh no, don't leave." And she like walked away.
It's hard to know what to.
She said what? And what she say? She's like, "Why is this guy talking shit?" Like I don't even.
At the end of the day, it's his opinion, man. There's only so much you can do for a nigga. It's okay though. He did the guy that responded to the video did the same thing that Daniel did. That's the way I look at it. So it's fair game.
What do you mean?
Like you spoke your piece, and that nigga said fuck you and spoke his piece. But like, you know what I mean? Everybody did what they were supposed to do. So there's getting your feelings in it.
It's funny because I
For
love.
me,
like,
it's kinda like-
you think I would literally live
it's a
here
waste.
for this long? I've been here since like the third grade. You think I'd live here?
But
this
it's not
long?
about that.
Fucking
Nobody
like it.
knows you, but a lot of people do live here for like their whole life, and they're like, I wish I could kill myself. Literally, you know what I mean? And I think that's what people are gauging it off of. That's why I understand. Watching it from the outside, I understand it.
Oh, dude, if I watched it from the other, like the outside, of course I understand.
I understand it.
Of course, like that's why I don't fucking like. He made the guy made the video, but like obviously, if you're gonna make a video, I'm gonna come back at you, and it's like
Did
I'm
you
not
make-
gonna come at you. What?
Did you come back at him?
Oh, of course I did.
Oh, what did you do?
Oh, dude, I fucking was like, because he's a rapper. So
Is he?
like, so I just went into my whole rap game. 'Cause, like,
What did you say?
I'll show you right now.
I thought. Wait, are you gonna say that you listened to his shit and criticized it?
No, I didn't even criticize
Oh,
it.
that's
No, I listened to his shit.
Oh,
I
you
didn't
listened to it?
Yeah. I
How
had
was it?
to. It was. Come on, man.
What do you mean? It's an honest question.
No,
We got a lot of talent in the city, bro.
There is?
Yeah, especially on Thursday on the 25th, bro.
Who we got?
If you go to at a restaurant 555 Gore Avenue, you'll see so many talented comedians. But let's go back to what you were saying.
No, that's comedians. We're
Well, of course.
I'm talking about rappers,
listen.
bro.
I'm plugging myself. Niggas gotta sell
it's
tickets.
not even on yet, yo.
Oh,
Is it
okay,
on?
bet. Listen, it's summertime. It's hard to sell tickets.
know if
Niggas,
it's-
help me.
So, I'll show you after. We're not gonna play it right now.
Okay.
But I was just like, don't worry about what the fuck I'm doing, man. You dropped like 4 songs in like 4 years. Like, what are we talking about right now? That's all. That's like, I'm not gonna disrespect the kid because I know he's just like
I mean,
protecting
nigga, that
the
is
city and all
disrespectful.
that.
What the fuck do you mean?
What, saying that? That's
is this nigga
disrespectful.
saying, bro? Yeah, bro.
That's not disrespectful.
Bro, if you go up to a
if you
nigga-
think that's disrespect, it's just like you. If I was like, dude, you've been on stage 4 times in 4 years.
Yeah.
Don't worry about what I'm doing.
But here's the thing.
Focus on you.
If I did that, that's because I'm insecure and I'm not fully confident. So obviously, I'm gonna take that shit as disrespect. That's gonna hurt
Oh,
my
that's
feelings.
fine. Don't come at me then.
And that's what- but
don't
that-
come. Hey, don't come at people if you don't be
That is true.
shooting
You're
if
spitting.
you
You're
can't
spitting
take
right
a
now.
shot.
You're spitting right now.
That's it.
That's
the
just
only
funny as
reason.
fuck
That's
to
the only
me.
reason I talk shit is because you guys know I don't
Bro,
give a fuck when it comes back. I
This
can
nigga
take it.
started it with, bro, you dropped 4 tracks in 4 years. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What do you even say to that? I can't say shit to
You
that.
can't say shit to that.
I can't say shit to that.
What are you saying? I'm like, dude, I'm
You gotta
talking.
start gangbanging at that
Bro,
point.
I like to, bro, I like to talk shit for fun. Like obviously the majority of the stuff that I'm talking about or that I say is I actually feel. I
Yeah.
love Vancouver.
Are you a sarcastic guy?
I'm sarcastic as fuck. He knows. He's
Dude,
around me all the time.
it's
But
online?
but see, that's why. See, even like Abdul, you know Abdul. He's like, oh, you should fucking do stand up. I'm like, I would never do that. First of all, I'd never disrespect the art of stand up because I'm not in it like that. It's like people are funny, but just because you're funny doesn't mean you need to be a comedian. You know what I'm saying? And you don't need to get into that lane and like think that you can just because you're funny on an everyday. Like I wouldn't never disrespect the art form. So I'd be like, I'd never do that. Like my shit is just talking what I talk, and if it's funny, it's funny. Sometimes I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to get anything deeper than that. I'm just talking. So like, if people find disrespect or people find it humor, people find it serious, it's just me talking, dog. That's it.
I mean, it's different. I've done shows where I legitimately had no laughs because people were uncomfortable by the shit I was saying. It sounded disrespectful, which is fucked up. Because I did 5 shows in like a span of like 4 days. And nigga, after that show, I legitimately questioned myself and my material.
Yeah.
Because it was girls. It was mostly girls. And they were all like tight. And then, of course, if they see somebody's tight, the next is jumping on. They're like, and then some of them were the white ones that were like mad attitudes. So they were just like, if you ask them a question, crowd work, they would literally look at me on some like, type shit.
Don't talk about that.
Afterwards, I'm getting roasted. They're like, yo, no, it's too intrusive, this, that, and the third. Like, almost like I'm white. Yeah. I literally start feeling like, damn, I got to start acting white. Bro, I do the same shit the next day because I forgot about it. Yeah. Quick mentality type thing. Yeah. My niggas are loving it. I'm starting to say even more wilder shit at the show. Niggas are loving it. Yeah. So it's wild. It's really hit and miss. Depends on the people.
And it's like, just be who you are.
That's all
like,
that matters.
I'm like, the shit that I talk is just like, he knows it's fucking just me. Well, you know now too, but he knows because he's fucking here. Even we went out last night. Speaking of last night, let's get into last night.
What happened?
So we just I just fucking hit him up because he was downtown at his godson's thing at Kit's Beach for his birthday, and so I was like, I felt like going out, so I was like, yo, let's go out tonight. So we went out. We went to Bar None first, and we went to Isabel's, and then we went to Stop the Parlor or whatever. Anyway, I don't go out that much. And I go out a little bit. Like, I've probably gone out more this year than I've gone out in like the last 3 years combined. I'm talking about go out. I'm talking about like to the club. Like I go out to eat all the time. But in terms of like clubbing, like even I said, I think last night was the first time I was at Bar None. But anyway, there's some fucking losers in this fucking city, yo.
Yeah, bro.
Dude, I didn't know that.
What do you mean by that?
Like,
what made you realize that?
I'm waiting. So I get there. I get to Bar None. I'm texting Stanley. He's like, oh, I'm at Granville. I'll be there in like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, cool. I pull up, I find a parking spot because, Hamilton and all those streets have that parking. Park, I'm like, yo, I'm here. He's like, I'll be there. I'm just at the Cactus Club across the street, like walking, be there in 2 minutes. As I'm waiting for him, there's this baby blue Lamborghini. Some brown guys driving it. I was like, oh, cool, sweet. This nigga's doing laps.
They do that so much, bro.
Bro, I'm like, why? I was like, first of all, how many baby blue Lamborghinis are there in the city that people have? And 2, how many are out tonight? And 3, how many are in a Yale town? And 4, why am I seeing this?
Bro, that's a grind.
Dude, these guys fucking do laps.
That's a grind. When I work at Bar None, especially because it's a one-way street, you can see it. You could never not see it.
And the windows are down so you can see their face.
They bang shit.
Oh, yeah.
And the later, the drunker people get, the louder they get.
Yeah.
Like they start, yeah, it's crazy.
So he did 2 laps when I was waiting for him. And then fucking, we did our thing. And then we leave Bar None.
Still there.
An hour later.
Bro, the grind doesn't stop.
Bro, your boy's an hour later. And then we're fucking, so like we keep going back
with these
and
gas
forth.
Prices too, nigga.
Bro, they don't care. So we're going to, we go to Isabel's and we go to Parlor, get a couple drinks, and then, fucking the dreads, what's his name? Yeah, he was like, yeah, it's all cool, man. They can stay. And then they couldn't say anything. We're just sitting in their booth with them when they probably
right behind the DJ booth. It's kind of ugly to buy a table at Bar None, in my opinion.
Is what?
It's ugly to buy a table at Bar None.
Yeah.
Unless they have security, because sometimes they do, but then halfway through the night they disappear. Nigga, people literally come and just post up.
There's a couple big guys. Like this guy's like fucking their sleeves are like right here, so they're just like flexing.
It's kind of hard to tell sometimes. There's some niggas that show up to the club now looking like.
No, but most have earpieces, right?
Do they?
They don't have earpieces? Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, but regardless, it's like one guy, 2 girls. It was 2 girls.
Probably escorts, realistically.
8 bottles.
Probably escorts. They're doing a good job then. The escorts are doing a good job.
There's some interesting people. I don't want to say losers. I said losers. I shouldn't say losers. There's just there's some interesting people.
Nah, we're cutting that out. We're just going to leave that part out.
There's some interesting people that do some wild shit. I think that's wild. I think doing laps in a nice car,
it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. It makes you not want
it drops your stock value. Stop doing that shit.
That's it.
During the day, you look sick as fuck driving to work and back.
I better see you one time.
Or maybe they rented it for the night, nigga.
Dude, who knows? People do that shit too.
They probably rented it for the night just to whip around.
I just don't know if people do that in Vancouver.
Get no pussy.
Vancouver's not that big.
If you're willing to pay for pussy, this is what I always say to niggas. If you're willing to pay for pussy, I don't know what you're willing to do, bro. I don't know what you're willing to not do. I know niggas who pay for fucking Tinder, bro. You're paying for a chance.
You're paying for a swing.
You're paying for a chance, bro. It's not even guaranteed pussy, nigga. You're paying monthly.
That's wild.
Monthly subscription for a bitch to talk to you.
So, like, before, like, I was off Tinder by the time there was a subscription service. I didn't even know that.
There's so many different subscriptions, bro.
Like, what can you get on there?
Okay, so now you could go back if you miss swipe. You know what I'm saying? Because I've done that, and if you want to go back, you can actually go back and re-swipe on that bitch if you want.
So like if you were like no, oh shit, she was actually fine.
Exactly, you can go back. You don't have a limit on your swipes now. Now you can be a dog from night till fucking morning, bro.
Just fucking on autopilot.
Real fucking shit. What else? They added more games on there. There's games you could be a part of. You could super like bitches, so it goes straight to them. You can tell who likes you before you swipe. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing where I got a little intrigued. When I was dangerously horny one day.
No, so what?
Bro, I was looking at the promotions and shit.
when I had it, like the way they set it up was like the first couple people, like if you swiped right, they would be matches off the jump.
No, they don't do that anymore.
They don't do that.
Unless I'm just ugly. I don't.
Dude, fuck Tinder. First of all, fuck Tinder.
But I just got Bumble.
See, all that shit for me is too complicated. It's either Instagram or it's in person. Like, in person,
even Instagram for me, I'm a weirdo.
In person's where it's at.
I'm way too.
Only real niggas have confidence in person. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna put that on my life.
Of course.
If you ain't a real nigga, you a real nigga only if you could talk to a woman in person.
Especially
and
the first
most
time.
People can't.
Mm-hmm.
Most people have trouble approaching.
Even women can't even talk to men in person, but they know they're bad, so they'll just act tall, tough.
Bro, even last night I seen like this girl like walk away, and you can see this guy. He's like he reached out, like he was like, "Oh no, don't leave." And she like walked away.
It's hard to know what to do.
And I was like, "Bro, what do you mean?"
Depending on what environment you grew up in, it's hard to know what to do because you're scared of like if you're a nice guy, you'll be scared of making a girl uncomfortable. But at the same time, you don't want to be a bitch, so you want to be assertive, but like not in the fucking over assertive way.
That's why you have niggas. That's why you have homies, dog. And you're doing this shit in the club. Tell you that.
I personally don't believe in doing those things in the club, but like unless the girl looks at me a certain way, I believe there's an understanding we gotta have before I start really being
for sure
on my shit.
Yeah. But that's a vibe though.
Yeah, vibe.
That's a vibe.
I'm big on that. I'll approach you, catch the vibe. If I don't like it, I'll walk away.
Bro, if the conversation's fluid, you know you're good.
And that's why I can't fuck like that anymore. My dick can't get hard.
That's it.
My dick can't get hard. I used to get hard off. I used to be hard chilling with niggas like this.
What, I'm sorry?
On life, on dicks, nigga.
Hold on,
no. Niggas gonna try to make me feel weird about this.
No, what happened?
I'm the type of nigga, I'll be sitting in my car. I'm the type of nigga, I'll be sitting in my car watching like podcasts and my dick will be hard.
Yeah.
Because I get hard off laughing. Like having a good time makes my dick hard.
Yeah.
Dead ass. And I know this nigga's gonna make it weird.
No, I'm not. I'm just wondering. I've just never heard it before. Where are you making it weird? That's cool.
My dick literally will get hard. It hasn't happened on stage yet.
It's not. See, it doesn't have to be sexual. I don't know. So, but I don't believe a dick hard means anything sexual.
Thank you. Because for me, I'll be having a good time and like my girl best friend right now. She's used to it now, but at the beginning she legitimately thought I was trying to fuck all the time.
No.
But I'll be laughing and she'll be like, "We haven't." I'm like, "Yes, this is."
It's an arousal. It doesn't mean a sexual arousal.
I'm having a good. I'm also. I think emotionally, the way I'm a little off kiltered, it does affect that. I think like if I feel happiness, I'll go straight to my dick, or if I feel love or shit like that, my dick will get hard.
But like, how hard are we talking? Because like
you can see it.
Are we talking like is it just like a who? No, or is it like I'm ready?
It starts off gradual.
Yeah. It should stop at gradual.
Those stretches you do because your dick's like, oh, I get to that point. It gets bad. Like I gotta stop. I gotta get my mind off of it.
You definitely have to get your mind off of it. I know exactly what this nigga's talking about. You gotta start thinking about some other shit.
You have to, and it's all niggas. So I understand. I thought you had. I didn't tell anybody about this for so long.
No, it's all good. It ain't that weird. But I totally get it because it doesn't have to be like sexual. No, I totally get that.
Nothing. Not.
That's some wild shit though.
I'm a weirdo.
But speaking of last night, like just the club scene itself, like even Isabel's is small, man.
The clubs here are not big. That's why Caprice should have never shut down. I think they should have done what they could have done to keep Caprice.
Caprice was the best.
I don't like the sound
LED.
Republic.
I love the LED.
I love that old place that all you old niggas just talk about. 560. I love the sound of it.
It was the shit.
I love the sound
Mirage,
of it.
Even Mirage obviously was in Surrey. Mirage was
I've heard of it, never been to it.
Yeah.
See, shit like that, I wish I was around at that time.
But like, it wasn't that long ago, nigga. What are you trying to say?
Well, you niggas are old, bro. You gotta admit it. Just because I'm bald don't mean you niggas ain't old.
Yeah. No, it did. Yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. When I just started going to the club, I was annoyed as fuck. Niggas were doing that every lineup. Every lineup just, yo, here, you want to be
here's free
grinding full time.
Yeah.
But that's also like, when I started going to the club, it wasn't even where it used to be. Like, I just heard stories, and then I got into it. I'm okay. If it stays like this, it's fine. Then nigga even kept going even further down. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
It's hard to invest. It's expensive too. You gotta admit, it's expensive as fuck.
To run a club.
Bruh, run anything, to do anything in general. And now you gotta run a club.
Come on, man.
And you gotta run a club. You know what I mean? But you also gotta run a club and like you're trying to tell a businessman who's like, yo, I'm losing money, to run a club and think about the people rather than the money.
Yeah.
Which is like, bro, like.
It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason. Yeah, I mean, we talk about this all the fucking time. It's hard. It's hard. Delegate?
You mean because they're all basically gonna be run the same?
They are.
Yeah.
Everything's the same vibe. Same DJs, old niggas.
Yeah,
and these niggas really been getting gassed, even if they're old. I was talking to my nigga Brando, the DJ, yesterday, and he's working himself. He's working his way up. He started working at Tap House now. And like, this is how I feel old. He hit me up. He's like, when I was like, congratulations. He's like, yeah, back in your day, you used to be here, right? I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah, see, you keep saying that to me. So
yeah,
what's
of course.
up?
Nigga, I gotta fucking big myself up too, bitch.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I see
so,
it just keeps going levels
up. It's a cycle. That's what I'm saying. Denzel, fuck Daniel.
I do it to people in their fucking mid-30s.
Denzel is a teenager that you were bullying. But anyways, so I forgot what topic was I
wasn't bullying. This nigga says bullying.
Yeah, I was talking to him about it of like DJing and shit. Of like, bro, there's a lot of older dudes that really keep playing the same shit every single night. But like, as soon as people get drunk, they're like, bro, I want to suck your dick because you're the best person I've ever seen in my life. And then if you're around that, you really will think that this is the cap of your career. And then you start hanging around other people, you're like, damn, you could be so much better if you wanted to. Realistically, a bunch of these DJs could be so much better if they wanted to. But bro, I can't be hearing the same set. It's like me doing the same comedy set for a year straight. I can't do that. But I'm only doing 7, 10, 15 minutes. Niggas are DJing for hours and they're out here really just pressing play and just chilling.
See, but you also have to understand that like if you're not there all the time, like he's in the scene so he knows that stuff and you may be in the scene and you know that stuff. But like people who just go to party and get drunk, they don't even notice. They just like, it's like a song that plays and they pop and they start fucking with their friends again.
But the DJ does. The point for me is the artist. The artist, you have to like want more, want better.
Yeah.
Want better, not just like, yeah, I'm cool. Because
some people cap there.
They really, they cap there, but then they also get into that mindset of like, I am the shit now. So they start acting like they're that nigga. But then you're really just like,
how so?
You're capping your fucking potential. Even if you're not going to be the LeBron James, bro, you can still be really good if you actually legitimately just want
What is making them think that they're the best? What, like...
Bruh, okay, first, when I start working downtown...
Just like guy like you guys, like if you're like if we gassed you up...
Nobody tells the truth. Nobody tells the truth.
Bro, that's exactly what I like to do. That's what
when I started working, and they probably wouldn't like you.
Yeah,
so when I started working downtown, I had somebody tell me I
would fucking tell her, dude, you suck at rapping. I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course,
you got something. I don't know how are you even on stage right now,
bro. I don't think you understand. I wanted to start a live thing with this DJ of downtown, Floetic, and like because we were doing a bunch of shit online, and everybody was like, "This is dope. You guys should do more. Beginning of the pandemic, dudes are sending me requests of things we could do. I'm like, this is sick. People fuck with our shit. Bro, one of the guys is like, yo, you guys should review music. Because I post a bunch of fucking music on my fucking shit, and I'll be like, and he's an actual music guy. So it could be just an opinionated nigga, and then a person who has the mindset of like, I love music like that. Bro, right away, his thing was like, nah, I can't do that because this is where we lose. We're not on the same page at all. I don't think like this. For him, he said he feels like he's a public figure in Vancouver. And us going at people, that's how he looks at it. Yeah. Like, for example, he brought up Manila Grey.
You mean
he's
us?
Like, he's like, if you go at Manila Grey and you're like, yo, this shit's ass, and then now next time they're coming for a concert, they need a host, they might not want you as a host because blah, blah, blah. Me, I don't give a fuck about that because nigga, I told my truth. What the fuck does that have to do with my, you know what I mean? But for him, he's like, you should look at it like that too because you are actually a public figure right now too. So you could tell that, like, if I'm not buying into that bullshit, you're not going to be liked too much because you're also making it seem to them that, wait, maybe I shouldn't be feeling like I'm popping like that. Because that mindset for me is retarded.
No, 100%.
How does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna tell you that your song is ass because I hope that one day you'll give me money because then I could host for you. But even if I host for you, I can't put my energy into it because I think your shit's ass.
Yeah.
How the fuck does that make sense?
But it's because people like it's all about it's short term. I rather me say my shit, like even when we were talking about like me saying, oh, like fuck Vancouver, like there's nothing to do here, even though I was playing around. Like I'd rather say that and deal with the, not repercussions, but like deal with whoever fucks with me and be like, oh yeah, like I love Vancouver, but he's kind of right. Or the people are like, fuck this guy. I'd rather just deal with that and then be like, but everyone tries to have everybody like them. I don't give a fuck about people liking me.
You cannot do that.
That's it.
When I started working downtown, my homie told me straight up, yo, don't forget that you're selling a fantasy to people. Like skipping them through the line, making them feel like a celebrity. That's really what it is. Skipping them through the line, getting them free drinks, giving them shout outs. Bro, if you're not going to the club a lot, this is a fucking huge. If you're 18 and you just turned 19, this is fucking huge. He's like, don't forget you're selling a fantasy. At a certain point, I had his voice saying that to me so much because I'm like, damn, I'm in it so deep that you don't even differentiate what's what. And then you realize these niggas are 30s and the 40s and they bought into it. So how the fuck am I supposed to come in and be like, yo, we should do things more fun and different for the people? Nah, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's how it's like, yo, you just don't, and people around you.
That's the only way to innovate really is with new ideas.
But for me, I believe that you got to keep getting uncomfortable and do different shit.
No, that's what I mean. Like people like you need to come around in terms of like, so you can innovate
But
because
they
these
didn't want me
old
around.
heads stay in the
They didn't
fucking
want me
same
around.
lane.
They
I
did not
know.
want- And I thought because they were older, I would learn a lot. So I stuck around for a decent amount of
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
I
yeah.
believe regardless if it's shitty, you can learn a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
My nigga, by the end of it, I'm lucky I thought about it like that because I still kept growing.
Yeah.
But my nigga, the growth speed should be a lot higher in Vancouver,
For sure.
I believe.
For sure.
But I think it's the complacency because it comes with the attention so fast.
Yeah,
I think that was probably the same everywhere. LA probably is time fucking 100.
Yeah.
But like you get attention and look so quick, and like girls are drunk and all of a sudden they're looking at you and you've never been looked at by a girl before. And that's why every nigga cheats.
Yeah.
Almost every DJ is cheating. Every one of these niggas like are cheating.
You mean like men, not black people?
Yes, no,
Okay, cool.
black men don't cheat.
Black don't.
Bro,
I was about
what?
to say, I was like, you keep saying niggas cheat, but black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat. Bro. Come
So
on,
like, how about when you got out, like when you stopped working it, how much sooner did you wish you had gotten out once you realized that you weren't going to learn anything from these people anymore?
At first, I was like, I wish I got out like ASAP after Aura because I felt like my peak type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it didn't seem like it for everybody. For me, energy wise of creativity, that was it. But then now I don't regret none of it because bro, I learned so much. There's things I will never go through again or put myself in again just because I've like seen that.
But you have to go through it to realize that.
Because I had the thought and then I also like I sat in it for like an extra year and a half.
Mm.
So because I was like, nah, there's no way I'm right about this. Of like I just need to dip. You know what I mean? But
so what is it like? Because people like whoever's listening or people watching,
Mm.
they may not know what you like what you're doing.
Okay, so I started off promoting. I started off just promoting, just literally like fucking 4 a.m. in the morning, rainy night. I'm going putting fucking flyers in people's fucking windows, windshields, fucking sliding them in hotels and whatever the fucking case is. And then I finally got to be on the mic. And then after that, I was naturally nice at it. And you know, it's funny. My niggas came to the club from Abbotsford and they're like, bro, you're doing everything we used to do in our basements.
Yeah.
Like the way you're just fucking loud and hyping niggas up, but you're doing it for money now. So I literally was doing that. And then eventually I'm like, I want to keep growing. So I started selling tables as well.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, bro, I just wanted to make money, just keep growing business.
I think that's when I first met you was when you were doing that.
Yeah.
Or when I first like heard of you.
Most people, that's when they heard of me.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't think I have
on
substance
tables
and
and
shit.
fucking
Shirtless and shit. Yeah, like people were shocked. They were like, yo, you can't do this. I'm like, I don't know these things because I just have fun and I'm from Abbotsford.
Yeah.
But then the longer I'm in it, I noticed also how many niggas were jealous of that.
Yeah.
Because they try to take their shirt off, the owner would be like, put it on.
Yeah.
And they're like, why can he do it? I'm like, I also don't ask questions. I also just, I'm so respectful that niggas probably don't see that side of me coming.
Yeah.
And they see it coming. And I don't do it in like, oh, I'm the biggest nigga in the club. I do it in the, oh, let's
like
have a good time.
fun. Yeah.
And they're like, yo, fuck it, do it again. Literally, owner.
You know why they let you do that shit? Because I remember people used to hate going to bar night. This dude showed up for 2 weeks, bro, with Bible drinking. People were coming. People were actually genuinely having fun.
Yeah.
And people were coming to watch this nigga take a shot. I've seen other people try. I'm like, bro.
It does. But that's
I did that shit when I was fat too, bro.
that's what makes individuals individuals.
Yeah.
Like everyone can't do it. Everyone can't be good at something. Everyone can't like naturally bring that energy up.
Most definitely.
But like a lot of people try. But that's why you're supposed to have good friends around you, man. Tell people, be like, yo, you're fucking up. That's not. You
And
can't.
tell people also when they're doing good. That's one thing I haven't had a lot. You know, I just found out my eyes are light brown in the last couple of years because none of my friends.
I could see that.
Bro, you could see it, but it's like the people I was around that I thought this is like a tough upbringing. You got to be around so you could be tougher mentally. Again, helped me a lot now that I think about it. But in the moment, I didn't realize how toxic it was. My nigga, I did not get compliments. Compliments is not a thing that I was getting. Like I got
In terms of what?
like
Your
anything, bro.
Oh.
Even the littlest things where I'm like, looks don't matter.
Yeah.
Now I think about it, I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I didn't get those.
Yeah.
Even the crazy thing of like, yo, comedy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I never got no push like that when it came to those things, which is like, you shouldn't be expecting those things from anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the end of the day, if you're around people 24/7, like your closest friends, and niggas don't compliment you, but they'll be the first ones to tell you you're doing wrong. But like,
you got to do, it has to be balanced.
this is,
You know,
there's a problem. I realize it now because again, that year and a half of me like second guessing helped too because I started re-questioning everything else around me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, a lot of these niggas really were happy as fuck when everything was cool, when I was giving them everything they wanted.
Yeah.
But as soon as I actually started listening to what they were really saying, I didn't really have a lot of friends, bro. It was embarrassing.
That's okay.
It was embarrassing.
But people think that, like, what I think a lot of people think that they should have a lot of friends. There's not a lot of people,
I
like,
just got lost in the sauce. I believe that every smile and handshake was real.
for sure. But like, perfect examples, like, every time me and this guy talk, or every time I see you, I'm always like, this guy's fucking funny as hell. But then the first fucking podcast, we were going back and forth on like the Instagram stuff,
We should.
where it's like, oh, I think you're fucking up on that, right?
It's hard to find out without fucking like boxing it again.
Yeah, but see, I don't like
Because people
get super salty, man.
People carry their trauma on their sleeve,
That's what
which
I'm
I
saying.
understand.
Even with the TikTok stuff, I'm like, what the fuck are you even upset about? You don't even know me.
Which
The funny thing is that every time someone's criticized me that's close to me, it's always been, you have to understand that people are sensitive. It's not what I'm saying. It's not that you're wrong in what you're saying. It's that you're saying stuff that is hurting people's feelings.
Which I hate that, because you're
regardless
diminishing
if it's
this
true
nigga.
or not.
You're diminishing this nigga's personality. That's the way I look at it.
Or anybody who does
because we're
that.
looking. You're looking after the person that's hurt so much.
Yeah.
Or that's saying they're hurt so much that we're not really doing the math on the shit and realizing that this ain't got nothing to do with you.
For sure.
A lot of this shit ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. It really has to do with how a person perceives it.
Yeah.
So it's like, yo, like, at that point, if you can get upset at somebody, I don't mind that. I think if you argue with each other, but usually it gets to a peak and not often does it come back down.
Yeah. You can't get disrespectful.
You know what I mean?
You can't get to a point where it's disrespectful. Like even with Denzel, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
Even with him, like I took it as a joke from the jump. Like even if I took it as a joke. And then even when I went back, that was just a joke.
How many people did you grow up around too that could just roast each other without swinging? Like, bro, the amount of people that like
all my friends,
bro,
we never swung on each other. I swung on one. Like there's this one kid, but it's like this. No. We never do it. Like,
really?
No.
Niggas tried.
First of all, we play football.
Niggas love trying me.
Football, so
I play football too.
No, but we can get it in practice.
But
what am I swinging on? Like
for me, it was
unless
like,
it's serious, there's no reason to.
That makes sense. But for me, it's outside of that because I'm 5'6" and niggas think I was 5'6" fucking since yesterday. So they'll try me. But the difference is when you try people, this is what bullying is. I call it bullying, but for me, I don't feel it like that. But this is what you're trying to do. You think you'll try me, and then nothing will come out of it. But as soon as something comes out of my mouth, that you're like, ow, this nigga's reading me. All of a sudden, this is when niggas are out here trying to talk about you. You're getting jumped. Like, yo, nigga, I'm gonna pull this. I've had niggas try me I've had niggas jump me this, that, and third off of what I've said, bro. Off of what I've said. And I'm like, you know what's funny? You started this. But now you got your feelings hurt. And now you want to jump a nigga. That's when I'm like, okay, that's not fair.
Yeah. It is what it is. It's one of those things where it's like, see, for me, it was more so like, I can go back and forth with anybody. But like, we're not going to get to a disrespectful level. Like, there's no reason to. And like, if you do, then we can, like, whatever can happen. But it's like there was one time where this guy was talking too much and it was all online. And then
slapped him, right?
Slapped the fuck out of him, man. First time I seen him. Soon as I walked up to we're all friends. But he was like, I hadn't seen him for like maybe like 3 weeks since he was talking that shit.
I believe you got to slap niggas sometimes.
He must have thought I forgot.
I personally think you got to slap
niggas. A group of them? 100%. There was a group, they're like all, but like, we're like, oh, let's meet up at fucking New West Station in the fucking 3rd Underground or whatever.
How old are these guys?
No, they're all same age. The guy that I smacked was my age.
But like what?
How old was I at the time? Grade 11.
Oh, okay. I was like, 12? Why are these grown ass men meeting at a SkyTrain station?
No. No, I got you. It just had to happen. Like, no words. I didn't dap nobody up.
I respect that.
I just walked up, I saw him, I was like, okay, boom.
It's also very hard as
what's up?
Think about this.
What the fuck, man?
Bro, like, as a human being, it's actually very hard to carry your emotions through times like that. Where it's like you can get upset, and the next time you see the person, you won't have that same conviction you had. So you might have said a bunch of shit of, I'm a fuck yes, but as soon as you start talking, it's very hard to carry that into it. It's easier to be like, a lot of people usually go into like, I don't want to talk to them anymore, or like, let's squash it. I believe that you got to stick to it. Because a lot of niggas, you got to set an example with certain people, in my opinion.
For sure.
You got to set an example with certain people. A lot of people have talked to me and told me the same shit they told you of like, people are more sensitive. At the end of the day, you think about it too deep, this, that, and third. I'm not saying I'm going out of my way to teach niggas lessons, but if you bring a class to me, I will teach the lesson. I'm down. I'm with it. I'm with it, bro. I'm petty as fuck. And I also I'm broke right now. I ain't got nothing to lose.
Dude, honestly, now that like I'm like trying to get some shit done, I'm a bit more like tentative, like especially like with like stuff like road rage and like shit like that. Like I'm not trying to fuck with people like that anymore. I'm kind of like, whatever, man. You know, it is what it is. I know what would happen if this thing got to a situation, so let's just avoid that. Whatever, you cut me off, or even like talking shit, like, or even at a club. I'm like, it's not worth it right now. Like, what's the point? We're gonna get into a fist fight, or we're gonna get into a shoving match and get kicked out.
There's some people that have less to lose than you.
Oh, for sure.
I have to remember that too. Like, there's some niggas that legitimately want to kill you.
But that is also that's a younger thing. Like when you're young, that's when you're kind of a bit more reckless. But once you have responsibilities,
I've dealt with 30-year-old fuck niggas.
No, but I'm saying like people with real responsibilities, like people with kids. Yeah. If you have a kid, or if you have like a job that'll fucking cut you, and like that's all of a sudden like 90 grand out of your pocket, and you got to find another job or whatever the case may be. It's like younger people kind of are more triggered by. But then once you give some thought to it, you're kind of like, I can't be slapping niggas anymore.
And it's funny because there's some people that watch this and listen to what he said and felt comfortable because they're like, I'm that guy and I'm comfortable. But bro, you're still literally acting like a child.
Yeah.
There's people that legitimately have all those things like at stake.
Yeah.
And they still move.
Yeah.
But then with their ego.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that.
Did you see that therapist that got fired recently?
On what?
So online, she dropped a TikTok video.
Mm.
So I just saw this morning. It was hilarious, random. So she dropped a TikTok video. She's a therapist.
Mm.
And she's black. She's a black woman. And she, at some point, mentioned how 90 or 85% of her clients are black men.
Mm.
But the whole video, her tone, I could definitely catch a couple things. Me personally, if you watch it with no emotions on it, you could definitely take away some things from it.
Yeah.
But I could definitely, you have to face the fact that her tone, her delivery was condescending as fuck. Like, it was a bunch of like, and also swearing heavy, like, you bunch of you bitch niggas, bunch of you bitches, a bunch of you niggas, talking about you gotta fix yourself. Because basically it's about emotional intelligence. And her biggest thing is like, you niggas need to figure that shit out because you're fucking it up for bitches. And it's all about just going at niggas. A bunch of people took that personally, same way Denzel took shit personally. Black. Bro, they called up her spot, got her fired. She got fired immediately. Yeah. Drops a video. I watched that video. That's how I found out about this. Dropped an apology video. Or not apology video. She dropped a video of like coming out raw, my nigga. Like, literally going off.
You know how to turn it off? It's the thermostat. Yeah. Go to system. And then go off. And then click done. And then it'll shut off.
And then, she's giving like this apology, but not really an apology. She's really just stating her case of like, you bitches, I try to help you. Literally, that's what she was saying. I tried to fucking help you bitches, but you don't want to fucking help yourself. Yeah. So you're going to come at a black woman. And then at some point, she ends up dropping another video. Now she's crying. And she's like, a bunch of shit I've experiences because of black men. That's why I was speaking the way I was speaking. And maybe I did put some of my emotional and personal experience into it. But like, I am damn good at my job, blah, 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 all that type of shit.
Which is
but
human.
She got fired.
But it's human though.
But she
for
got
her
like,
to do that.
But she got fired, which is crazy. It's like, I can see the point a lot of people are making of, bro, you shouldn't be getting fired for that type of shit you're doing online.
It's 2022 though.
But at the same time, one thing that somebody mentioned was after dropping all the fucking codes of fucking being a therapist, it's like, yo, a biggest part of it is trust. Mm. If I'm your client and I'm watching the TikTok video, if you call me a bitch ass nigga,
no, 100%, yeah.
You didn't say it by name, but you're saying at some point she flat out was roasting black. Not at some point, she was flat out roasting black men, and then by the end of it, she was like, "And I'm saying this knowing, by the way, that I have 90% of my clients are black men, so I know what I'm talking about." I'd be sitting at home like, damn, she thinks I'm a bitch ass nigga.
No, for sure. like I get, but there's two sides to it, which I get. Yeah. And she's on one side and then the client's on the other side.
And she's coming at it aggressive, so people don't want to hear that.
Right, yeah. You got to come at it a different way if you're going to come at it.
100 times. Yeah. I think the tone definitely did not help her. But also, you know what's crazy, bro? I think if that was a man talking about the women that he's therapizing or whatever the fuck, I think he would have got fired way sooner. Mm. So like a bunch of these things, in my opinion, are just fucking fake, yo.
And I think companies are at a point now where it's like, if anything, they just don't want to deal with the headache.
They don't want to deal with that at all, bro. Bro, I'm watching the Airbnb. There's an Airbnb documentary.
Unless you're Joe Rogan, then you can be like,
yeah, of course. There's some guys where it's like you, and also I think he positioned himself with the right business partners. Yeah. Which my nigga, he's friends with Donald Trump. I don't think anybody around him is gonna be like, oh, he said this, fuck him. No, like, Joe Rogan.
Is he? I don't know if he's
from what I've seen.
Oh,
maybe. I believe. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, but yeah, like it was crazy the fact that she got fired for that. But I mean, shit, like your delivery is fucking off.
Yeah, for sure. But then, like, see, that's when you have takes like that on certain things that you think may offend people. First, you gotta think it through before you just like make a video, because then that shit's on the internet forever. And then also you gotta be okay with taking the consequences.
100%.
If you know like, oh, people might get pissed off and get fired because that's what people do now is call your work and call this and make sure.
And bro, she came out angry on the first video.
She should lose her ability to make a living because of the video. How crazy is that?
That's wild as fuck, and that's the reason. And I think once.
Like
real shit. Real shit. And you know what's crazy? After she realized that it was over, the second video that she dropped, bro, was such a different vibe. The first one was literally, you bitch niggas got me fired. And the second one is,
this is actually happening.
I'm darn good at my job. You know what I mean? And you know what's crazy? You're not Airbnb, bro. Like Airbnb, literally like, same thing for Airbnb. I'm saying like, bro, they literally, a bunch of the shit that happened, I was watching a documentary with them, like so many bad experiences of tenants and this, that, and the third. And if you don't have media or anything coverage, my nigga, nobody gives a fuck. But as soon as this person went to the media, like he was like, yo, I was chasing them around for 2 years. I talked to somebody different every time. They didn't give a fuck. They weren't going to change anything, bro. As soon as I went to the media, they hit me up right away.
Yeah.
They hit me up though. They were like, "We'll give you this much money. You have 72 hours to accept it." And then after that, then he went to he was like, "Fuck it, I'm still gonna go to the media." Then they gave him everything he wanted. Shit like that for me is, I also don't respect it on the business side of it.
Yeah.
I understand not wanting the hassle,
Yeah.
but bro, like, you should stick to your guns.
Yeah.
You should stick to your guns rather than just firing niggas right away. It's like, I don't want that problem. I think you do have morals that you stand by when you hire them.
No, most people don't.
Let's stick to those when you're about to fire me too. I think like
Most people don't though. People act like they have morals and values. They really don't.
like
Because like honesty is the best policy. You hear that all the time.
but nobody wants.
Nobody
that,
fucking
Nobody
does
wants
it.
that. Bro, there's DJs in Vancouver. I don't know if they're still DJing, but that really were bringing like teenagers to clubs and shit.
Yeah, see, that's wild.
And I found out about this like later. And I'm like, is he still around? And they're like, no, I don't think so. But shit like that where it's like, yo, how does that? Me, I'm the type of nigga, bro. I believe that type of shit needs to be made fun of because, bro, this is gonna be a memorable moment for anybody witnessing it.
Yeah.
That's how I am when it comes to jokes.
Yeah.
I believe those things are gonna be the ones that are hit
Yeah.
because it's not gonna be the first thing I say, but your reaction is gonna lead this to another, either a cordial 10, 15 minutes conversation or you're gonna try to fuck a nigga up and I'm still gonna keep making jokes.
Yeah.
So how the fuck is this nigga bringing in like literally children, walking in babysitting with a fucking bib in the girl's mouth, and you niggas are letting it happen, but then you want to talk about him behind the back?
Yeah, it's a talk behind my back.
Because then if that nigga goes down, all of a sudden it's like, bro, we don't tolerate that shit.
Yeah.
But I punch a nigga in the fucking DJ booth for saying nigger, and all of a sudden it's like, bro, you got to think about the lawsuits.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I was thinking
no, you
about
gotta stand
my
by your
ancestors.
guns. That's it.
The
You gotta
fuck?
stand by your guns, dog. No, fuck all that. No, 100%.
Bro, but you know what's crazy? The white dude's face, before and after I connected to his face, is actually so funny to me because it's like niggas forget. It's like they really, bro, condescending. Somebody really makes you feel like you're nice. Really looking at a nigga up and down because you think I'm 5'6" and I won't touch you. It's cute.
Yeah.
For me, I think that's just cute.
Yeah.
As soon as I touched him and he dropped his phone, like he had nothing coming out of his mouth. And he's like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, what the fuck you mean I'm sorry? I literally said, yo, what the fuck did you just say? Don't like, actually, no, he looked at me because I was like, yo, my nigga, you can't be here. I don't know who you are. You can't put your shit here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not an open thing. He's like, bro, I'm not your nigger. I'm like, sorry, one more time. And he looks, bro, I swear on my life. He said also, I'm not a nigger while looking at his phone. He wasn't looking at me. And then I say, what are you saying? He looks at me, he's like, I said, I'm not your bro. Before it came out, bro, it was quick. It came out. Hey, fuck it. It was a reflex because the way he looked at me, he's like, he's my dad. He's like, I said, I'm not your, and he's looking down on me. I had to.
Yeah, disrespectful.
I had to.
Yeah, you had to.
Which is shocking to me because once he got punched, his reaction, once I hopped back because I thought he was going to swing back, and he didn't. I'm like, how do you put yourself in a situation to get slapped or punched?
Come on.
And you're not
don't ask
prepared
that
for it.
No, don't ask that question.
You are not prepared for it.
Dude.
Nigger.
99, no, hold on. 99% of people do that. No. 99%. It's all this until shit gets real. And it's like, oh, you're actually not about that.
Bro, the nigga called.
That's what Twitter fingers are.
The bouncer came up after and was like, he's outside asking if he can apologize to you.
Yeah.
And I'm still shocked because I'm like, yo, this nigga has so much. His dick was the biggest in this club. When he looked at me in the eyes and he told me nigger, he has the biggest dick in the club.
So you know what's funny?
Like, wow.
So we got COVID from our Christmas party.
As a unit?
Pardon?
As a unit, we got COVID?
Yeah.
Who's we?
Like everyone in the family.
Holy fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody died?
No.
Congratulations.
Bless. So I remember I woke up in the morning. It was like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. and like something was going on. I couldn't tell you what it was. Something was going on. And I'm like, something ain't right.
I'm scared to hear what this is
So I was
going.
like, something ain't right. So I woke up in the morning and I was like, I know I have it. This is this past Christmas. So it's like when it was at the peak, basically, like high numbers. Went to one of the testing sites and like I'm feeling sick. Like I'm talking like my head's pounding like a motherfucker. I don't feel like being out, but I need to get this test done and see if I actually have it because I've never felt like this headache. I've never had it in my life. Anyway, me and Katrina are in line, and this one guy was just talking this shit, man. Like just talking this shit. This older guy. He was probably like in his 50s, something like that. And he's fucking like, we went and you have to have you're supposed to have an appointment, but online it said no appointment. But when you got there, they were like, oh no, you're supposed to have an appointment. So I went there and I showed her on my phone. I was like, hey, on the website, it says no appointment. I showed her. She's like, oh, okay. And then these other people didn't have proof. They just thought it was no appointment. So she's like, yeah, like it's supposed to be appointment only. And then this guy was like losing his shit. And then like she like walked away and like we're in line waiting. And I think she said like he can stay or whatever to get a test to take home. And he's just talking this shit the whole time. And I was like, at one point I just turned around. I'm like, bro, I have a fucking pounding headache. I don't need to hear you fucking crying about this shit. I think I fucking have COVID. Shut the fuck up, man. And me and him kept going back and forth. I was like, you think I won't smack you in front of all these fucking people? I promise you right now, I will smack the fuck out of you and I will ruin your day. This is at 8 a.m. I'm like, stop. I'm not fucking kidding. And then the line goes on for about maybe 8 minutes, 9 minutes. Tap on the shoulder. Yo, man, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to. I'm like, it's all good, man. Like, we're just all like, yeah, it's all good. Don't worry about it. Same fucking thing. These people, like, put themselves in these positions.
That's such a crazy energy, bro.
Put these selves in these positions.
I'd be terrified if a big nigga is like, yo, I'm gonna slap you in the mouth.
Bro, what do you think is gonna happen when you talk to me like that? You think I'm just gonna be like, okay.
The only times I'm willing to lose a fight is when I know I'm not in the wrong. But like, otherwise, I'm not gonna approach a nigga and be like, yo, I know you're bigger than me, but I'll fuck your ass up.
You know what's so funny? I'm not afraid to get my ass kicked either.
I have to. I think you have to accept it.
No.
You have to take it. You have to accept. In my opinion, I have to accept that shit because I grew up getting beat, so I got a lot of practice.
Everyone thinks they can win.
I grew up getting beat by my parents. There's no winning. I've lost enough times in my life that when I win now, trust me, this is it.
That's showboat.
Yo, real shit, real shit. That's why when I go into fights, or when niggas when I got jumped, yo, I was not phased, yo. My brain kept moving smooth. If anything, I ran the fastest 40 I've ever ran in my fucking life. Bro, as soon as I saw the gun get pulled, I ran so fucking fast. And after that, none of these niggas, I'm like, bro, nigga, you think it's my first rodeo, nigga? The fuck do you mean?
You guys weren't ready to run? What?
Bro, what? What do you mean? First of all, you pull up with anything with 20 niggas and it's just me, listen, my pride isn't so big. Yeah. I'll be like, all right, bet, let's do this. Nigga, am I John Wick? Yeah, I'm not John Wick. Bro,
unless
I had a gun, then pop, like
dude,
down the line.
Dude, I remember this is at Mirage. I almost got the fucking shit kicked out of me. We were driving by and like I was with 2 white boys. I think I was with 3 white boys.
Why? That's first mistake.
It was his birthday. I think it was one of his birthdays. And then we were all leaving. So like we all lived close. We took one, like there was like maybe like 8 of us. So like 4 in one taxi, 3 in the back, 1 in the front. And then people took the other taxi. The other taxi left first. We left second. These guys are drunk. I'm drunk too. They're rolling down the window, and I think like a guy was there with his girl, like just in front of the McDonald's there, and he was like one of my friends was like, "Woo!" like just out the window.
I hate that.
And this guy was like, so one of my friends did that, so I'm like, whatever.
Up,
so then the guy with the girl was like, "Fuck you!" And I was drunk, so I was like, "Yo," I was like, "Stop the fucking car!" I told the taxi driver, "Stop the car." I was like, "Yo, don't fucking disrespect." This is me just being stupid. I literally was like, don't fucking disrespect us as we're driving by. I know he's drunk, but like, don't say fuck you. He just yelled out the window. And before I finished my fucking sentence, like 12 guys came sprinting from the McDonald's there and fucking all pulled up at once. And I was like, I stood there. I was like,
you got out of the car?
No. So I got out the car before they came.
You're wild.
So it was just the guy and the girl. And I was like, don't. And dude, I swear to God, as soon as I was finishing my sentence, like 12 Asians came fucking out of nowhere.
And then what?
And I was like, I just stood there and I was like, which one of you wants to go one-on-one? And I was like, which one of you want to go one-on-one? And then they're like, fuck you, man. Da-da-da-da. Like everyone started squaring up a little bit and I kind of backed up. And then I can't remember how it kind of fizzled out, but like no punches were thrown.
That's fucking
But it was
hilarious.
Fucking hilarious. Bro, dude, that shit's wild, man.
That's a great question. I think I'm going to start asking that from now on.
Yeah, no, 100%. I'm not trying to fight all you. I like, 100%. Which one of you wants to go first? Because it's not going to be fucking 13-on-2.
This nigga's trying to think rationally during a fucking jumping.
I'm trying to negotiate. I'm like, hey, who wants to go? Because like, I'm outnumbered.
We can take breaks. We can do 12 rounds.
Dude, yeah, 100%. 100%. Dude, Mirage is fucking wild, man. But yeah, I don't like this shit talking culture now with no repercussions. Sometimes you just gotta smack a nigga out.
I mean, there's
one time.
I'm also from Abbey where niggas are getting shot on a regular basis.
Is that what happens out there?
Yeah, bro. It's just... Bro,
I know Surrey. I used to live in Surrey.
Man. Like, there's a kid that I went to high school with. We used to play basketball together at a certain point. Dude got shot in his front lawn, bro. Fuck. And they were trying to, I think, get his brother, and they shot him by accident. Yeah. So two of your sons now are dead before your parents. Like, the parents were alive.
Yeah.
While both the sons.
That's crazy.
One of them, the one that they were looking for was on the run type shit, and they ended up finding him. He pulled up to his son's thing. Or not his son, his brother's thing. One of the ceremonies they do because they're Indian. won the ceremony they do, and then that's when they got the one they were looking for.
That's the worst nightmare.
So shit like that to me got me a lot different energy. Sure. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I talk shit now, it's different.
Yeah. But see, that's why I talk shit. Like, so what's so funny is that like I'm okay putting my face to my words. A lot of people don't do that, especially on accounts, like especially with TikTok, because TikTok's popping, man.
It is.
Like I make a fucking video and like it's getting like 200 comments.
But you earn that though. You put in your work. You put in the groundwork.
For sure. But like, I don't ever take offense to it. Cause like even people who are like, oh, you're fucking hilarious, or people who are like, you're fucking whatever. Either one, I don't really like, it's nice. Like, I'm like, it's great, but like, I can't lean into either side. Cause then people who are telling me I'm so great and I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking funny. Like I'm rocking this.
They don't make you feel bad when they say,
and then when people are like, fuck this guy, I'm be like, what do you mean? So like, you got to kind of stay level headed. But like, I'm totally okay with putting my face to my words and dealing with the repercussions of that.
If you're level-headed, it makes it easier.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like, you don't even know me. Because the people who do know me, like, that's why they fuck with me. It's because they actually know who I am and, like, the things that I'm actually serious about. Like, this guy knows. Like, 99% of the shit that I say is not really serious. Yeah. I'm not like, fuck, like, I need to leave this town or fucking fuck this person or this person. It's just like, no, I'm just fucking around, man. It's all jokes. I started
teaching myself that mindset actually, I think 2 years ago. I saw Gary talk about it on one of his videos. Because I was like, yo, it's crazy. Like, will get way too high, but then I'll get way too low type shit. Yeah. And I realized...
No, you can't do that, man.
It doesn't really... And it's fucked up, though.
Athletes do that.
Think about this. Thank you. I think also about this. Me not being around a lot of compliments. All of a sudden, I start coming to Vancouver where I don't know people, but I'm getting complimented all the time. I'm like, yo, this is dope. Because I believe those things that you're saying, but I just never really like had reassurance about it. And then eventually it gets to a point where even if I'm not doing the dope shit, I'm still getting these compliments. Yeah. And that's when I think the downhill started, because it's like, bro, you could really say anything and I'll be in my mind about it. Yeah. So eventually I had to really cut that off, which sucks because there's certain compliments I get now where I'm like, I think that would have meant a lot to me. I would have probably cried if I heard that 3 years ago, but now I can't. So I'm trying to find a balance of still like appreciating the good shit. For sure. But I definitely understand that because I hate the fact that a stranger's fucking comment could affect me.
Yeah, see that
I hate that.
You know what's funny is that like I was kind of on the opposite just because of football, because I was really good at football. So like everyone's telling me I'm really good at football. And like so it's like you kind of have to balance that out also a little bit because like you're not the best.
I think it's harder to balance when you start off at the top.
Yeah, 100%. I rather get shit on in the beginning.
Me too. That's why I'm saying I'm happy with my journey so far, bro.
Yeah. I used to get shit on when I was younger. Like fucking grade 5, they'd be like, you fucking stink. Like, you don't put on deodorant and like all this shit.
Immigrant. I didn't even speak English when we moved here.
All the time. And the worst part about my personality was like, the same jokes I'm making now, I'm making in the 3rd grade.
So you're still getting attention, but niggas are roasting you.
Yeah, but it's like negative attention.
Me too.
So, but like not with my friends, I'm talking about with others. So like people think I'm bullying them or whatever the case may be, and I'm getting in a lot of trouble as a younger kid. But it's not real trouble. It's not fights. It's like I would get suspended for like making a girl cry from like saying a joke. And me, in my head, I'm like, I'm just joking.
It's a joke.
But like people, super sensitive, even back then, or younger because you don't know. And then I would get suspended for like going to the gas station during fucking recess or some shit. It's not real shit that
Bro, when I moved here and I realized the repercussions that you get for certain things is retarded. First of all, I found out what the N-word was from a fucking brown kid. Like he called me a nigger. I didn't find out until inside when this white kid told me what he said. I didn't speak English. So he literally said nigger and I'm like, ha ha ha. Played soccer, go inside.
This... like, thanks man. I love you too, bro.
I'll never forget this, bro. I go inside and everybody's looking at me funny, bro. Everybody, like all these white kids. I'm in grade 5. This white kid, Carson Sutter, walks up to me. He's like, hey, do you know what he called you? I'm like, what? He's like, yo, it's actually a bad word. It's what they used to call the slaves back in the day. And right away, my face gets serious and he explains it to me. Next time I seen that kid, bro, I've never kneed anybody in the ball so hard. This is also fresh out of Africa, bro. I need you to understand something. We handle shit.
Yeah, oh, no, 100%.
Hands, bro. I've gotten my ass whooped for more than just my parents. Yeah. Like, other people's parents could beat your ass. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah, Discipline is a fucking thing. I went to a private Catholic school, my nigga. Teachers were fucking you up. Yeah, no, I never got fucked, but I got fucked up. It's fucking crazy. So it's like, yo.
Are you sure?
I mean, I wish. Trust me, these niggas were never even aroused by me. But you
ever hear those stories about like teachers having sex, like hot teachers having sex?
And I wish it was me.
And you're like, yo, why couldn't it have been me, dog?
And you know what's funny? I knew when I got older I'd have these thoughts. So when I was in high school, I actually did try to fuck up my teachers. They just weren't down.
How do you try to fuck? Yeah, I know you guys are suspended for that.
Jokes. Nah, I never in my life got suspended.
So there's this one teacher, I remember one of my buddies made a joke. He whispered it to me. So like, I remember this at day of my die. My fucking homie, Drew House. I remember this. We were sitting in, I think her name's Miss Morrison's class. So he's like, me and him are talking just like this, like while she's talking, teaching the class. She's like, Daniel, Drew, when are you guys going to stop talking? And then he whispers, like the whole class went silent, but like the timing was just perfect.
Yeah.
So the whole class went silent simultaneously as he's whispering to me. He's like, when are you going to let me fuck? And fucking the whole class heard it. And she's like, excuse me, Drew? And
how old are you niggas this?
This was grade 10, 11.
You niggas are wild.
No, probably 11, 12, somewhere. I think it was 11.
I meant jokes. That's just attack.
Dude, I promise you, to this day, top 2 hardest I've ever laughed. I'd have to think about, but like top 2 for sure. I almost fell out of my fucking chair. I almost fell out of my fucking chair. I laughed so fucking hard.
Did you get kicked out? You got suspended, right?
No. She was totally cool about it. Cause she knew it was like, we were like, she knows our personality. So we were like she knew we were joking.
Teachers like that are fucking dope.
But she was super, it was like a cool teacher. So she was super cool, but it was one of the funniest things in my life. We got to wrap this up, but we talked about, Andrew Tate last time. I want to see what this guy has to say. Mm-hmm. What do you think about him and what he's been saying? What people have been saying about him?
He's an opinionated guy. I like him. I'm a big fan of him.
You like him. There you go.
Well, you gotta let me finish first, though. I like anybody who has an opinion and who's willing to put themselves out there for everybody to judge.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't give a fuck.
For sure.
A lot of the shit that
I feel like you're getting a lot better at that.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm working on it for sure. I believe that, like, there's things that I've heard him say where I agree with it fully. Because at the end of the day, bro, like, you can't listen to somebody, in my opinion, and really believe that you're going to agree with every single thing they say. So I listen to it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
So same for, like, Jordan Patterson, when I just started listening to him. All these niggas, I almost put him in the same category.
Peterson.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude, I have tickets to him in February.
Oh, yeah, told me about that. That's dope as fuck. Yeah. See, him, I even approached that with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, if you also have that type of mentality, like you, I can't just listen to you because I'll just believe everything you're fucking saying. Because your energy is like that all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not like that about things you believe in. You know what I mean? So I got to listen to it in a grain of salt type shit.
100%.
There's certain things that he said that I'm like, okay, I can't rep that. Yeah. I don't believe that fully. But I can see where he's going with it. One of the comments that hit me, and I got emotional about it. I felt myself get emotional about it when I was watching by myself. Niggas talking about nobody takes Christian religion seriously anymore.
Yeah, 100%. And he was like, no one makes fun of Allah.
I don't
100%.
agree with that because of the things that I've witnessed, and also there's certain things that. Right away when he said that shit too, I'm like, yo, that's a lie, because I just remembered things that happened where I'm like, no, that's a lie. But also, the one line that he said is, nobody's devoured. I'll introduce you to my parents one day and you can tell me how you feel about that.
I don't think he means 100%. He means in terms of like...
Hey, he did though. I watched the longer clip, and the dude that was one of the full send niggas were like, yo, like you can't say that. Like, that's why I liked about it. They were telling him, no, you can't say that because blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, real shit. So that's where I'm like, because he's so extreme on that side of it that I was okay. Some topics he's on, he's so extreme on it.
Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like it's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, bro, I believe it's whack as fuck if you think you could just monitor whoever the fuck you want to listen to and you don't want to listen to as a society. Rather than you blocking Andrew Tate.
Just ignore him,
or making sure
man.
you don't watch his shit or ignoring his shit.
I need to make sure no one else listens to him.
All of a sudden, I'm seeing campaigns, bro. Niggas are doing campaigns, bro. Where was that campaign for fucking... You
remember Coney 2012? I don't know if you niggas remember Coney 2012.
Yeah, I remember that.
Bro, me and Warren, you never met Warren. Warren came to Scottsdale and he's coming to the wedding, all this, one of my good homies. He's hilarious. He every, like, when he posts on Instagram, he always does hashtag Coney 2012. Because it was the biggest joke ever. It's like a African militant guy who was like rounding up fucking African kids or whatever and like getting them into the army and giving them guns or whatever. So like it was about stopping this guy. And like people were like selling fucking campaigns and wristbands and da-da-da-da for like 8 months. And then no one talked about it ever again.
It's tough. A lot of those things I think benefit like some white people. That's the reason why it's so much in our face. But it's also hard for me to believe that it was fully fake because I was also brought up in a war.
Oh no, it's not that it's fully fake.
So for me, I don't know.
People just used it. I'm just saying people just used it and then 100%. Moved on.
I think all these things people use it. The genocide, I've heard people talk about it like when they introduce themselves to me and they find out I'm Rwandese and they're white, they jump into this whole fucking thing of, and I don't give a fuck.
That you're what?
I don't give a fuck.
No, but what
they jump into a whole fucking educational thing of like what they know, what they don't know, what
about
really,
what? Sorry,
what really happened, like during the war, the genocide in Rwanda and this, that, and the third. And it's usually from white people that I'll meet, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Because personally, like, yo, I personally, it's funny. All these things start because there's some person of high privilege that is benefiting from this, whether it's war or peace, bro. So for me, I don't like all those things. For me, just it's even if it's fake, somebody's benefiting from it.
It's not constructive.
Something like, even if it's a distraction, somebody's benefiting from this.
Sure.
I don't believe anymore in just like simplicity of right and wrong. There's no such thing.
There's always an underlying fucking agenda.
You know what I mean? And there's no such thing as, like, it's fucked up to say, but I don't believe there's such thing as justice. I believe there's such thing as what you can like convince niggas.
Yeah.
But I don't believe there's such thing as justice, or else
justice.
like they would treat Donald Trump, the Weinsteins, the Bidens, all those niggas with a certain level of R. Kelly-ness. You know what I mean? With a certain level of, let's drop a fucking Michael Jackson documentary after the niggas dead.
Weren't we talking about that before? How they wouldn't even fucking release who like were clients of Giselle Maxwell got sentenced.
And I think that all has to do with power. And as soon as it all has to do with power, it's whack now. It's not, the drama isn't even fun anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want real drama. I want to know who really fucked up. Yeah. Not this whole, you know what, you're rich, so we're going to keep you off the list. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Because he's white. He's also, you got to remember that.
He's definitely, it's because he's white.
He's white. Bro, I was watching another documentary after the fucking Airbnb one, and on death row, look at how many people on death row that are rich. There's nobody on death row that's rich.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a thing that happens like that. Yeah. But it's fucked up. You'll be on death.
You get to like blue collar fucking.
It's broke people. Yeah. It's literally broke people, and then you're really sitting in there and you're waiting. You have fucking public defendants, my nigga. So you're dying. You're dying. You know what I'm saying? And like, this one lady got released literally 7 hours before getting executed. Fuck, I can't imagine what that feeling must feel like. You know, it's crazy that she finds out though. You know, she finds out later on because she had a public defenders. It was a big company. They were doing a pro bono. They put in, I don't know how many millions of dollars to try to get her out. What they found out was, my nigga, they got her to sign a no contest once they let her out. At the very end of it, she ends up saying, so the city actually doesn't claim that she's innocent. They let her out, which is fucking hilarious to me. So they let her out. She's not innocent. She signed a bunch of paperwork, the no contest, which in that basically means you can't sue the city. Why? Because, bro, they've known for years that she had cancer. So she'd been doing tests in there, and she got cancer in there, been doing tests in there the whole time. They never told her. They never told her. The day of, they let her out, and then she ended up finding out, I think, the day or the week after that she had cancer. And then because of that, you can actually sue and they were talking to a lawyer. They're like, how much could she have claimed? It's like, well, you get like a 100,000 usually for every year you're wrongly convicted, or every month or whatever fuck, or every year. So that would have been at least a couple over $1 million because she was in jail over a decade, my nigga, in solitary confinement, not talking to anybody. And on top of that, she could have sued for the medical shit, but because she signed a no contest, she can't do shit, bro. She's literally just dying. Like, she's about to be homeless.
Out, but she's dying and she has no money.
She was in a she killed her husband because he was beating the fuck out of her. And then now she got out, she got into a fucking battered women's shelter, but then she has to leave there because something, I think obviously they keep rotating. And bro, like, even that, like, it's crazy because, so now in the documentary, they're like, yeah, so I have cancer. You could clearly tell she has a wig. She doesn't have lungs. She has one of those respiratory thingies, and she's about to be homeless soon. And she's been saving this, that, and the third. Shit like that is not going to happen to a rich person, bro.
No.
Bro, you had public defenders that legitimately were like, with a public defender that legitimately was like, yo, sign this. And she was like, yo, they literally were pushing me to sign the no contest so bad.
And she couldn't probably afford her own lawyer to actually read it over.
She didn't know any of this until now, but you're dying and you can't do anything, bro. You know how fucking wild that is? Like, shit like that to me, I couldn't believe, because I'm the type of nigga, I'll overthink a lot. Like, I'll literally be laying in my bed thinking about the way you did me dirty and how you finessed me. Because you got finessed. That's all that literally is. You got finessed by your government. Got finessed? By your government, bro.
Yeah. Tyson got finessed. How? By all his people.
Well, that's different though.
Took all his money.
I would rather get finessed by my people than the government.
Because they know he's a smart individual now, but at that time he was just a young,
good guy. He was a good, fun guy.
What do you mean?
He was a fun guy.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he wasn't, like, he was, in terms of education, like financial literacy, or even like how to conduct yourself in public, like, he had no clue. So people just took advantage of him.
Yeah, you could take advantage of that nigga.
Don King. Was it Don King?
Yeah, fuck that nigga. Which is wild, because I still see him standing in the ring of some fights.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you find out about this nigga's history, but he's still at the fights? But me personally, I can't really do a nigga like Mike Tyson dirty. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No. I can't do anybody like
that. A nigga like that, especially a nigga like that, I would overthink it. Man, you're thinking about karma. I'm thinking about physical pain, nigga.
You're talking about Mike Tyson.
Nigga, what?
Biting your ear off.
If this nigga, because there's some people that even right now, even before I make jokes, I kind of look at them. Even if I want to make those jokes still to work on my confidence, but I still look at them sideways because I don't know what move they're in today type shit. You think I'm going to walk up to Mike Tyson knowing I'm doing him dirty every day and I'm just looking at him?
There's no way.
I'm terrified. This nigga bit another human. No.
Mike's like, yo, where you at, Providence? I can't make it today. I can't. I'm sick.
Bro, the nigga looked another human being in the eyes and said, I'm going to fuck you in the ass.
White boy. That's actually the most iconic fucking video ever.
And you think I'm gonna rob this nigga?
Yeah,
I'm good. I'll let him rob me. I'll give him my shit. I'll give Mike Tyson my shit.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you about Tate because like it's interesting to see. But like I think a lot of the stuff that people like, obviously, like I agree with you, but I think a lot of people are just like the Rogan thing with the saying nigger. They just like clip this one thing and make it sound so much worse than it actually is. But it's like, let's watch the whole video first.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Then go.
I'm more on Tate's side than I am on anybody who's saying nigger. So the way I felt about Joe Rogan when I saw the video of him saying nigger, I felt more about that than I did about the Tate situation.
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's because it's closer to home.
100%.
Yeah.
And also,
but if you're a woman, you probably wouldn't.
If I was white, I wouldn't give a fuck at all. 100%. But then if it comes down to Andrew Tate, it's like, fuck that nigga. But for me, it's like, you know what's crazy, bro? I had a girl yesterday that got in an argument about it. She was like, yeah, he deserved it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you know what's fucked up, yo? You bitches been looking at Kim Kardashian for over a decade. Like, no personality. Like, there's a lot of girls that legitimately have her personality of, like, no personality. And it's all just fucking looking good and shit.
But how do you know she has no personality? I've never really watched any of her
From what
shows.
I've seen. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've watched some of the episodes.
So you just got to be careful of this because this is the same thing I had a discussion with somebody. Somebody like was going off on Joe Rogan, like when they're trying to get him canceled and all that.
Okay, because I don't know it personally.
Yeah,
but from what I'll say,
of course
from
you
what
don't know
I've seen.
Kim Kardashian personally.
No, I just gotta. I'll say that. But from what I've seen,
I don't know Kim Kardashian.
I don't know her personally. From what I've seen, though, I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, but that's what people said about Rogan.
You know, nowadays actually, I'm not as much to jump on the I'll fuck her. I'd be down to have sex with her. Of course. As much as I was in high school.
Based off of what you were saying before this podcast started, I'm pretty sure.
No, listen, I said as much. I used to be a fucking animal, bro. I used to be humping shit.
You said you almost crashed your car, turning your neck. So I'm pretty sure you would have sex with Kim Kardashian.
I'm just showing fucking flashes of who I used to be. That's all it is.
About I'm hard around niggas. This guy's like, my dick's hard around niggas. Yeah, if Kim was here and she wanted to fuck, you'd fuck her.
I'm saying, yes, 100%. All I'm saying is I'm not willing to jump at like posting. Like I don't follow her anymore. Like it's not like that anymore.
I never did.
Because it's one of those things where it's like I'm not. It's so plastic. It's so perfect that I don't want it. Like I want some blubber. I want some stretch marks and shit. At a certain point, I get bored. I ain't gonna lie to you. So for me, knowing a lot of girls that I've talked to who legitimately sound like her, who try to sound like her, like, oh my God. Like that type of talking. That's actually
exactly how she sounds.
So slow. I've talked to some girls that are like that, and I'm like, whoa, that's tough. Like, this is what you have to look up to. But you don't see me talking about let's cancel Kim Kardashian, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, she got famous off a sex tape. Okay, let's just start with that. I understand what she's done with her career so far is fucking monumental. It's a big deal. Her family.
No, her mom is a fucking
Her family are great business people. But at the end of the day, I personally think if you're going to look at Kim Kardashian and be like she's an entrepreneur and a hustler, you should be able to say the same thing about Andrew Tate.
100%.
Because that nigga also doesn't even have social media, so it's even funnier, bro.
So real quick, before I forget, when you're talking about the Christianity, it's funny because like I agreed with him what he said. I'm talking about the bigger picture. I'm talking about like you could say something about Jesus, or perfect example, Lil Baby he got some criticism because he fucking I think is one of his videos he was like on the cross. I don't know if you've seen that.
You can get away with a lot more. Kendrick Lamar performed with a fucking.
But nobody's making jokes about Allah or the Muslim.
Of course not. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Someone will come.
This is also what I thought about. It's also a little different when you're seeing shit get blown up online and this, that, and third. People really look at them like they're militant as fuck.
It's a little different. They're scared. Let's just say it's a little different.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can say that mindset. Me, I don't believe in that mindset, but people are definitely a lot more scared of a Muslim person walking through the airport than a Christian person walking through the airport.
But not even just airport. Like I'm talking about
anywhere, just being comfortable.
Yeah, but disrespecting their religion.
There's Syrians that walk around with the hijabs and people look at them like they're fucking like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's the coolest thing ever.
I think it's dope. Every time I see it, I stare at them.
I think it's the dopest thing
I used to stare at them and I realize I should wave because they probably think I'm like everybody else. So I wave now. They're happy.
I think when you are who you are,
it's fucking beautiful.
It's beautiful, man. Just be who you are. If that's what you believe in, fucking do it, man. And just find people who are. As you see, she came, so I gotta wrap up.
I hear you.
Next week we got to do. I have a wedding on Sunday.
The lady wears Saturday. The pants in his relationship. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Hey, what happens? See, this is what happens when niggas are late. You're 10 minutes late. This nigga told me 12:30. Shows up at 1:54.
Okay. I mean, I was here, right?
So. You see that video? I did a video on TikTok about that too.
Oh, did you?
See that one?
That's hilarious. No,
you didn't see that one? I was like, yo, black. I was like, people of color. I was like, it's okay to be on time, nigga. Anyway, next week we got to do. Can we do Saturday? Let's do Saturday. Check your schedule. We'll talk about it after. But I got a wedding on Sunday, so.
Okay. Hey, I got a show August 25th.
Yeah, man. Where's it at?
At a restaurant, 555 Gore Avenue.
I've been there before.
Potentially.
It's a project.
It potentially might be the last one I do there, but.
You want to go?
There's a promo going on. Every ticket that you get enters you into a chance to winning a fucking free meal. So fuck it. Why might as well.
Where's this meal from?
It's gonna be from Ada itself. It's a jerk chicken flatbread.
Okay. I thought you were making like PB&J sandwiches.
Hell
I'll
no.
pass on that.
I'm gonna pay for it out of my pocket. I'm gonna give it to the niggas.
I was like, I'm good on that. Yeah, you want to go? I'm down.
$15 tickets right now.
See, every time I say I'm gonna go somewhere, I fucking go. You can't fucking say I don't. I told this guy I couldn't go to his show because I was leaving Thursday to go to Kelowna.
And he pulled up.
And then,
I
found
so
out I
bad.
was leaving Friday.
Bro, I felt so bad.
Up.
I felt so bad. I felt like I was actually about to hit you up and offer you a free ticket because I was about to be like, bro, like, I feel like it was a waste of your money because you didn't get to watch the full show. Like, I was so stressed out about people not showing up.
Because it started so late.
Bro, it started so late because,
so
there's
late.
probably about 7 people that bought tickets that didn't even show up. I messaged them after. I'm like, bro, I got you next time, but nigga, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they literally bought tickets. Like, one person bought 5 for themselves, didn't pull up. Which I'm like, thanks for the support. But for me, it's like, I would love...
Yeah, I'd rather you not pay and show up
you know
for
what
the
I'm
comedy.
saying? Because the comedians want to come back. The other audience members feel like, oh, this is a community. It's a bigger thing type of thing. Like, and also for me, I feel like, okay, niggas want to be here type
Remember that guy at the front?
I was stressed.
Remember that guy at the front with the white girl?
Yeah. These from Abbotsford, bro. That was dope. That was my first time actually hanging out with him. That was dope.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Random story about that nigga, bro. There's this white guy I used to hang out with when I was fucking retarded. I don't hang out with him anymore. And this guy fucking, I got to be honest with myself. I was hanging around terrible company at a certain point, bro. And, bro, this dude, about that guy.
Yeah.
So that guy was getting the attention of a girl that the other white guy liked.
Okay.
Right? And the white girl was just playing all of them. If you could see her from a mile away. Like, she's just a pretty, she had a twin. She's pretty. She's fucking from Abbotsford. What the fuck else you gonna do? So she invites every guy that she's literally ever flirted with to her birthday. Like, it was funny to watch, my nigga. And I'm big on smoking weed, especially at this point. I was like weaning off some drinking and shit. So I'm posting in the corner drinking water. Bro, I swear on my life, white boy goes to the bathroom, probably gives himself a pep talk about how much better he is than black people. Comes out, walks straight to that black dude. That black dude is talking to not even the girl. He's talking to a random other fucking white person. The white dude walks out of the bathroom, beelines to him, knocks him out. One punch, knocks him out, drop. That was the first time I actually was around that dude. I felt so bad for him. Every time I see his shit now, I feel bad because I'm like, you didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
It was like a juiced out dude. Like punch, drop. Yeah. Simple, quick.
Like sucker punch, like not looking?
Bro, the dude was standing this way, the dude walked up this way.
So quick, okay, we got to end this. But real quick, same thing I was talking about Surrey, Mirage. I've had another incident where we were at the, I believe it was the Keg. One of my homies, Carvery and Paris, used to work at, I think, was it the Keg? Or Earl's. So Earl's in Surrey. Fucking, there's this, we were there for an event, and we're like, yo, let's fucking, like, do a dance floor or whatever. Like, let's start a fucking dance floor, because you know niggas trying to fucking, do a thing. So, there's these fucking brown guys sitting at this table, and there was, like, I think, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5, but then, like, all of them got up to go for a smoke, and there was only one. So I walk up to him, and I'm like, hey, man, like, we want to do, like, a little dance floor. Is it okay if we, like, you, like, get up and we, like, slide the table, and you guys could, like, move to that table? Like, it's not, like, all the tables look the same. We just wanted to slide this one out the side to, like, have a nice little space. And then he fucking started giving me attitude. And fucking be like, fuck you. Like, no, this is our table, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, man, whatever. Like,
that's unnecessary.
Go fuck yourself. So super unnecessary. So then when his friends came back, I think he told them, he's like, that fucking guy was, like, trying to fucking kick me on this table, whatever. So then, like, whatever happened, and then a little scrum happened, talking shit. And fucking, I think, like, we got into an argument, so then the management kicked us all out. As we're walking out, I'm fucking walking, one of my homies right beside me. I'm like this. Boom! Someone fucking punched me from the side. I just ate it. I look, it's this fucking guy, like 5'8".
What'd you do?
First of all, I didn't see it. Like, it was like a punch, like a scrum happened. A scrum happened, like, after the punch. He sucker punched me. I didn't drop. I just ate it, and I was like, what the fuck? And then all my homies started, like, kind of, like, wrestling or whatever. So when we get outside, I was like, which one of you fucking punched me? The smallest nigga there was like, it was me. And fucking just walked off with his homies. I was like, how you just gonna walk off? But like, people be sucker punching all the time. It's bitch shit.
I
better see you coming if you're gonna punch me. Otherwise, you don't get any style points.
You don't.
Also,
Also, it's pretty scary if you, in my opinion, if you sucker punch a nigga, he better drop.
He better drop,
The
fact that he didn't drop, I'm like, the fact that I didn't drop from it, I'm like, why am I gonna fight this guy? Now that I see shit coming, what can he give me that?
He basically kissed you on the cheek. This nigga basically.
I was like, yo, fucking mosquito. I'm telling you, honestly, yo. All right, yo, we got to do this next week.
All right, man.
All right, yo, thank you, everybody. Appreciate you. Okay, all right. Okay, all right.
My show games begin.